I was muted. Ah, wow. Oh, that sucks. I should have checked that. Shoot. As I said from the beginning, I was like, welcome back to my stream. We're working on ZoBee as voted by the naming, voted by Twitter. Um, and yeah. And I was just talking about how like, thanks for telling me that I was muted though. I could have gone the whole stream without knowing. You guys can hear the music too. No, you can't. Oh. Wow, so it's just radio silent the whole time. That's crazy. Okay, you should hear some music as well. Ugh. Thank you for letting me know. It's pretty embarrassing. I was just talking about how the dress is kind of divided into two parts, not really one, and then so I kind of separated those out. And then the petal dress, I ended up dynameshing together so that, because that's how it's going to be on the retopology. It's just going to be one combined bit. And then I was just now adding the petals for the top part. And I was also talking about how I wanted to add something to the design that the concept doesn't have, which is like little pairs of wings on her back. It's not really present here, and I think it'd be cute because like pretty much all the bee skins have that. And yeah, so just catching you all up on what I said throughout that muted time. Thank you again, Parara, for letting me know. And I was also saying that I just wanted to kind of roughly place these petals where they would be. And then after I plot them all down, then I will go in and curve them the way that they need to be curved. And we have 4 petals. 4 petals seems consistent with the concept as well. And yeah, Queen ZoBee. Yeah. That sucks. At least I wasn't muted for that long. I mean, the stream wasn't going for like 20 minutes or something. Her hair is so gorgeous. Yeah, I agree. I think it's really pretty. Okay. Now that we got that sorted out, I'm gonna start turning on my AccuCurve and kind of curving these down. Let me first of all make my polygroups, auto polygroups. I'm gonna select just this one and kind of curve it down just a bit. Kind of curves up on the concept. I really like the fairy core Zoe hair you made. Yeah, I haven't shown that one on stream, but I was kind of working on fairy court Zoe a while ago. But I kind of got sidetracked and ended up doing another fairy court skin for somebody else, which is Graves. I think I just didn't really like the design that the concept that I made for her. So I ended up not wanting to finish it. I literally just did the hair, that was it. But it was like basically a huge braid. So these aren't going to match up with the concept perfectly because I'm thinking about like the silhouette from in-game and how I want to add some interesting shapes for us to look at. I'm trying to keep it close to the skirt so it's not sticking out so much. I'm gonna add some thickness to this one. Kind of lost it. this one as well. Okay, and then this front petal kind of sinks down to her dress skirt below. Yep. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So now we're gonna mirror. And I'm not sure if these are like petals or if it's supposed to be like wings. I assume it's petals because there's not really like this like cell divide type of thing happening with the texture. So I'm gonna assume they're petals. And it makes sense with the skirt because this skirt is basically like larger petals and then smaller petals. So I think that makes sense. Okay, let me kind of sink these in a bit more. Kind of working the dress, the skirt now. Make sure things are overlapping where they need to overlap. All right, come on, autosave. Let me turn that off as well. Skip history. Okay, and this is the bottom of the skirt. I want to see like this beveled edge, the edge of this top part of the dress. So I'm trying to like warp the petals there. It'll help me a lot for the retopology. Going to toggle my backface mask. Just kind of blend this into the dress. Blend them together as well. Okay, I think that's good. Let me sink this in a bit more. Okay, cool. That works. Greetings from work. Can't watch right now, sadly. Oh, that's okay, Cloppy. Thank you for at least coming in and commenting. I hope you have a great day at work. Okay. Pretty happy with how she's turning out. I'm gonna grab Aki Curve, just kind of point these a bit more. We don't really see the dress from the back, but I'll do the same anyway. It's also not really a dress, I guess. It's kind of like, because there's like a separation here. I'm not really sure. I don't think it really matters. Let's see. She also has petals around her ankle. So I'm gonna do like a little ankle bracelet there. Duplicates. I'm gonna grab a mask rectangle. And that's my ankle. A weird song. Okay, I'm gonna select that, inverse selection, and let's see. Delete lower top subdivisions and delete hidden. Close holes. Actually, don't close holes. I'm going to do my group loops with no groups for the loops. And then half the polygon count. a very dreary, overcast Friday for me. But at least it's Friday, right? Okay, I'm going to inflate. And then we close holes. And I'm going to switch this brush over to my smooth brush to these smooth groups. If I can find that smooth groups. I'm going to subdivide a bit. Okay. And then I want to inflate just a bit more. Inflate. I'm going to go back with my smooth groups. It looks like for whatever reason this grabbed the ears. I can't believe I did that again. Another project. So I'm just going to delete hidden. Okay. So there's my ankle bracelet. Maybe I will shrink it just a bit. And then here's the fun part. We're going to grab the petal that we made earlier. I'm going to rotate that 180. And start adding flower petals. I'm going to turn off symmetry and hide this leg so that I'm just working with this one. So this placement is pretty close to the foot, which means whenever we do some rigging, we're going to have to weight these petals partly to her foot as well. So I kind of lifted the ankle bracelet a bit higher, so that way, like, whenever she moves her foot up and down, this part I have like a little bit more to work with. I'm going to inflate this petal, just make it bigger overall, and then I'm going to do a Dynamesh higher resolution. It kind of looks like a blob right now, so I'm going to grab my back face mask, just kind of sink it in. And then it looks like there's like one big petal here at the middle. And then it wraps around. I'm gonna put these under. Making sure I can see that from the top down. I may also curve these upward to push them away from like the actual foot a bit more. Pretty cute design. Okay, and then I'm gonna add another one. Gonna go back to the other side, duplicate. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one, duplicate. I think I want like a petal back here, just to kind of like be somewhat symmetrical with the front side as well. which means I'm gonna have to scoot this over a bit. And this one is kind of fine, but I can scoot it a bit more. And we'll put that one right there. Cool. So that fills up those gaps without needing to add more petals, which is great. So I'm going to group all of those together. And maybe shrink them up just a bit. That'll help us with that top-down view, making sure that we can really see those petals. And I think that looks about right. Okay, so that's for that left leg. Let's turn on the other leg. And I'm gonna work on the shoes because that part seems to be symmetrical. So let's add some shoes. Shoes are kind of annoying to sculpt out. So I'm gonna try my best. It's gonna be a little bit rough. The first thing I'm gonna do is just crop out the feet. And then delete hidden. And go back here to main body and just hide those feet. Oops. There. Okay. I'm just gonna blend this big toe to her smaller toes. Okay, and then we're gonna Dynamesh to clean that up, merge it all together. There we go, smooth it. Okay, and it looks like she's wearing a bit of a high heel, kind of. So I'm gonna try to get knife lasso and like cut it out, like so. Something like that, I guess. Okay. And it looks like the end of the foot is pretty pointy. So let me isolate that. Kind of curve it. I don't want to accidentally make her feet like longer than normal. We don't want to get pizza feet. And I'm just going to kind of widen out this edge a bit. Okay, I think that's a good point. And turn on back face. Not too worried about going in and like defining, okay, this is the cone shape or whatever, because most of that's probably just going to be textured. I don't think it's necessary to spend polygons to really define that. So I'm not going to really sculpt it either. Okay. I think that's good. Guess it looks a little bit long, so let's kind of pull it back just a bit. And then mirror. Okay, that works for me. And then this part, I'm not really sure. Okay, how does it look from the back? Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have to sculpt that. So hopefully I can get away with just lassoing. I'm gonna duplicate her body and then see, starts here, and then kind of ends somewhere up there. Delete the lower subdivs, delete hidden. Okay. And I'm just gonna try and like lasso this. So there's like, let's see. I'm just gonna lasso all this and then invert my lasso. Looks like it goes right above the knee, like that. And then the other side looks pretty close. Kind of has like a blocky cap. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my mask pen tool to be more precise without affecting the other side. Control Alt to sharpen my mask. Maybe I want to point this edge. Cool. I think that works. I'm going to create that as a group. And then delete hidden. And let me see if group loops preserves that pointed edge there. Okay, looks like it did. That's good. I have the topology count. Poly count. Okay, I'm gonna half it again. I think that's fine. Then what I'm gonna do is inflate just a bit. Just a tad. And then I'm going to go to dynamic subdiv and add thickness. Okay. That adds the thickness that we're looking for. I can hit apply, and it kind of looks like this edge here is a little bit beveled and it's not like straight. So I think to do that, if we try and inflate, it should kind of get that effect. Then we go in and smooth. So I'm gonna switch my smooth brush to the regular smooth. That'll help us with getting those softer edges. Our leg is looking a bit too thick right now. So maybe I'm gonna go back, try not to inflate it as much. About there. I'm gonna half the topology. Let's actually adjust it to like maybe 4. I can also Dynamesh it. I feel like Dynamesh is a bit faster with this stuff, and it doesn't do these weird sort of curves here. So yeah, let's try Dynamesh. See how fast that was? What the heck's wrong with ZBrush, man? That works for me. I'm gonna fix up this bottom here a bit. see how that looks in the back. Straight. I'm gonna make sure I have Aki curve and get back that sharp point. Doesn't seem to be working. Maybe I'll just manually manipulate. Okay. I think that's good enough. What else can we work on? We can work on the little neck piece here that she has. I'm not sure what that's called. A choker? I don't know. And I'm gonna assume because of all like the flower motifs, maybe it kind of like does like a little petal thing. Even if it's not very visible. So I'm gonna see if I can try that. I assume this goes like pretty high up on her neck. Something like that. And of course she also has that necklace. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be. I think it's like a seed. That's the only thing on the concept that I'm like not 100% sure what that's supposed to be. I can't really tell. But that's okay, we're not worried about that just yet. Okay, pretty happy with that. We're going to make that a poly group. If you guys have any ideas for what that's supposed to be, that'd be much appreciated if you let me know. If you see something that I don't. Okay, I'm going to group loops, kind of straighten out those edges there. Sometimes it really does a much better job if like you still have like other parts of the mesh without deleting them. So I'm gonna go back here and then actually delete them now. And it looks like it's doing some weird bits. You can see there's like a few mesh pieces here that are visible. So I'm gonna try group loops again. Okay, it looks like it got rid of it, so that's good. I have the poly count. And then do group loops again. Okay, it's too rough. All right, and then I'm gonna close holes. Oh, I have subdivisions on. Actually, maybe I'll inflate first. Inflate. And then close. I believe this is like a diamond shape cutout. And I'm going to Dynamesh. And we get this nice sort of beveled edge. That's going to really help out a lot with the topology. Retopology phase. Dynamesh again. Just kind of shape it up a bit. I think maybe it should be a bit lower. Like this part higher and then the sides a bit lower. Maybe. Okay, and I'm not really sure what happens here, but I think it might be cute to add flower petals, because this part really isn't that visible on the concept. So I'm going to take a little bit of creative liberty and experiment with adding that. Oh, I think I see that, like, so this is like the stem of the flower, and then this is the actual flower. So maybe I'm not supposed to put petals there. Okay, we'll just not do that. Okay, and then I'm gonna do my diamond shape cutouts. Not really sure how to make diamond in ZBrush. I think it's just like this with a cube. Yep, that did it. Diamond shape cutout. Smaller. Does this have a gold trim to it? It's kind of hard to see. I think it does. I can see it on the bottom, but not the top. I'm just gonna pretend that it's gold all the way around. Okay, and then to do booleans in ZBrush, you turn on live boolean, and you have to Dynamesh both pieces. So I'm going to Dynamesh that part, my cutout, and then I'm going to make sure this has Dynamesh on. And then I'm going to grab my cutouts, bring that up on the subtool hierarchy. All right, where's the neck? That's the neck, and this is the cutout. Okay. So I'm going to merge the cutout down. And I made everything disappear, but that's okay. Once we hit Dynamesh, oh, I didn't do it, okay. Maybe I have to do it the other way around then. So I'm gonna take this poly group and then separate, split hidden. So I guess I had to put the cutout on the bottom layer. Also make sure that this is not a cutout. Live boolean. Okay, that's what I want. So merge down, and when I do Dynamesh, it should give me the cutout. Okay, cool. It's kind of rough, so let's turn up the resolution. Cool. Coolio. And I'm not really worried about the interior. I guess I'll grab like my smooth groups brush, and just kind of polish up that edge. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just turn off Aki curve. Why can't I move my rotate? Yeah. I feel like overall for our entire body, like this is pretty good where it's at. The petals here I think could be a bit like wider on our sleeves, so let's work on that a bit more. Try to eliminate the gaps. Okay, I'm gonna mirror it and Dynamesh. Dynamesh and smooth. Okay, mirror again. What else can we work on? Honestly, I think I'll make the blush kind of, I think it's kind of like a piece that is stitched on to her hat. And I think it will help with like the silhouette in that 3D view. So I think I'll add those as well. Sort of right there. And the only issue is that it's kind of gonna mess up with the eye silhouette shape. So maybe I'll kind of curve it away just a tad. I wanted to make it look like it's against the hat. So it's gonna end up being kind of oval shaped. I think around there is good. Do want to flush it with the hat. I'm gonna drag out this inner piece. And then we're gonna do a Dynamesh. High resolution. And just smooth it out. Add a bit of thickness. I have to grab the back face mask. Just pull it out. Okay, Dynamesh. I think that works. And then mirror. Okay. Should look like a blush. Maybe it needs to be a tad lower. Okay. I think that's fine. If you look at it from all the different angles, should be able to see that pretty well. Okay. And then I believe these antennas are a bit thicker, so I'm going to add inflate. I'm not really sure how close it is to the eye. Let me grab the Mazahar reference sheets. Mazahar. Just to see how close that is. Okay, it's like right above the eye. So I want to do the same for her. It's kind of the same thing here with Vagar and Heimerdinger. Okay. Ziggs doesn't have that kind of hat. So maybe what I'll do is kind of curve it. Let's grab that. I'm gonna merge these two subtools. I want this top part to kind of like curve out, similar to Mazahar. So I think about here for the antenna is good. And it kind of curves out. So if I'm looking at her from an angle, should be able to see all of those elements. Cool. I'm gonna add back some thickness to this antenna. All right. I think our overall body is done in terms of like shapes and silhouette. A lot of the information is going to come from the texture, which, as I've said before, I don't really like sculpting in Zbrush to kind of figure out, because I feel like most of those details, I'm just more comfortable doing it in painting the texture. So in terms of block out, like this is pretty close to the concept. And then we just have to work on the hair. So the hair has a pretty complex shape, and it's kind of hard to get it accurate. So I'm gonna have to like guesstimate. It's a pretty thick chunk of hair. There's not really any like flyaway strands. Kind of has like a goopy material towards the end as well to represent honey. I'm going to combine this piece with the larger hair strand. Merge down, Dynamesh. And I'm going to have the poly count. Actually, it's at 2.2 million polygons. So again, I discovered Dynamesh is kind of like supreme, more superior than Zbrush, or not Zbrush, ZRemesher. So I'm just trying to get this shape. See the other side. I want to block out where that upward strand is. So I'm going to grab my cube. It looks like that would start here. it starts on this side. Going to Dynamesh this so that I can drag it out. I'm going to use Sculptress Pro, or the snake hook, I mean. And compared to the move brush, this kind of like is a lot faster to move around. I'm gonna do a Dynamesh. Oops, let me make that lower resolution. It does have the tendency to get a bit crazy, so you have to be careful. I'll switch over to the move brush now. And this end here is getting too thin, where it's going to start causing me problems. Okay. And the hair kind of curves up like so. It's kind of this weird divot here. I'll lower the resolution. Okay. I want to curve it a bit towards her. Just a bit more. I think that's good where it's at. It does come over to the side like that. Starts over there. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. And then there is some goopy strand over here. Just kind of underneath that piece that we just did. Make sure Aki Curve and Backface are turned off. And this one comes sort of up, I guess, and down. Okay, that's the side view, and then from the back goes in, sort of like that. Turn off transparency, turn it on rather. Okay. And then I want to add some inflate towards the end of that, because it looks like it does that concept. Kind of inflates into a drop, droopy droplet shape. Move. Use a little bit of backface mask and kind of pull. Okay, it's thin right there. There's also a lot of flowers in her hair, but because those are detail parts, those sit on top of the hair. I want to figure out the hair first before I get to that. Okay. And then there is a strand on the other side. And I'll be wrapping up the stream here in like 5 minutes, guys. So if you have any questions or anything you want to say before I end, please make sure to do that. I'm going to extend this. Kind of goes down. I assume it curves underneath. So I'm copying this one. I think it should be up just a bit more. I want the hair to kind of curve away from that. I'm really excited to texture this one because it has a lot of fun materials that I haven't really done yet. Especially the honey. I think honey is going to be really fun to paint. Okay, I think it does something like that. And that doesn't really help with the front view, actually. Maybe it does. So it kind of shows that this should go down more. Yeah, something like that. I'm not muted, right? Okay. Trauma. Okay. Got that strand figured out. And then, oh, there's another one right on top of it. Which kind of does a similar thing. Let me actually turn this off and make this skinnier. Lower the dynamic resolution. Okay, that's more like it. And I'm going to delete that other piece that I duplicated so that I can work with this one. And I'm just going to push this up. And I'm not really sure how it blends into the hair, but I'm going to assume that it kind of just blends. Straight back into the hair. Something like that. Okay. Maybe it curls back in. It could either curl back in or blend into this strand. But I think the curl back in kind of adds some interesting shapes. So I think I'll leave it there. And then, let's see. This back kind of spans a lot there. I want the whole thing to curve that away. And then back over. Back decurve. I'm just gonna do one goop here. And then I'll end the stream. I'm gonna take my inflate brush and inflate that droplet there. Okay. Dynamesh. Smooth it out. And from that top-down view, it should look like that, I think. There. All right, I think that's it for today, guys. Made some pretty good progress with the silhouette overall. Let's see. Her entire body, I feel like, is done. Getting all those shapes. I just have to worry about getting that necklace in. And I'm probably gonna reach out to Sia and ask, like, what is this supposed to be? Because I'm not really sure how that kind of looks in 3D view. I'm gonna ask for elaboration on that. Everywhere else, we pretty much have, after we work on finishing the hair, which is gonna be the next big part left for the model, I'm gonna add these little tiny flowers, or actually they're large flowers. So it looks like there's just 3 and they're pretty simple. What I may do is make those in Maya, so that, because they're kind of like the same shape, the same amount of petals. I may make those in Maya, do a quick UV, and then I will plop those in where they need to be. The reason for that is because it's just like keeping those UVs kind of like the same shapes makes it easier for texturing. And they're just so simple that I think I can do that really quickly. And then I might also do, I'm not sure if I should do like little droplets just hanging there. I might do it, we'll see. But for sure, like in game, she's gonna have like VFX of glooping, like drooping honey on her hair. So we're gonna add that. Some glow as well, we'll add that as well. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Looks like there's no other questions or comments. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. On the 21st, I will be going on vacation. So on Monday, we'll probably do Project Ergot, and then I'll do Katarina, and then I'm not sure if I will stream on the 21st. If I finish Katarina on the 19th, then on the 20th, I will do Project Ergot, and then there will be no stream on the 21st, not until the next year when I get back. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great weekend, and that's it. So bye-bye. See you next time.